Yeah, thank you. First of all, great to be here. Thanks for the invitation. Great pleasure. I would like to talk about the topic which is actually, or hopefully, really interesting and important for everyone. It's about the people component of AI and AI democratization. Before I go more into detail on the people component, I would like to shortly introduce you a little bit the business model and our data and AI approach at Munich Re, because I think we are not as known in the B2C business like Mercedes, so we're doing mainly B2B business. Therefore, a little bit on our business model. So in the end, when it comes to data and analytics, we are serving all our different lines of business. That includes global life and health insurance and non-life insurance. And we are also doing primary insurance. Within the group, of course, you may know ERGO as a mainly German brand of Munich Re. But we are also doing a lot of specialty primary insurance in the US. So specialty insurance could be, for example, insurance of machinery against breakdown, or could be insurance of private aircrafts. And there we also appear as a primary insurer, but also mainly here to companies. And in all these fields, we would like to create value through data and analytics in two ways. On the one hand side, by supporting our internal processes, our core processes like the underwriting or claims in insurance. But of course, also we are providing services to primary insurance companies. So we're helping them to understand their data, do a better risk assessment, and also make better decisions. And I would today not so much talk about the what, but more about the how. And those are basically the three enablers that you see at the bottom of the slide. So it's data naturally. And as Timo from Mercedes has already talked explicitly about data, I'll skip that for today. I will more talk about people and about technology. And technology maybe not as deep as many of you may expect. So I will rather a little bit leverage the software topic, as we are, of course, here working with Dataiku, and want to show you a little bit the link between democratization, so the people topic, and the technology topic. And of course, I'll also make a reference, as we have all heard about generative AI in quite a few presentations today. I will also make a reference here. Good. So what's our approach in terms of people and in terms of technology? I think the people side, we actually have two main components or two main ingredients. First of all, we are strongly believing in a combination of domain know-how and the latest AI and tech know-how. And why have we set it up like this? Because in the end, Munich Re is an expert company from experts with so many domains, different lines of business, and that's why we wanted to be very close to the business. And how do we do that? On the one hand side, we built up a global hub and spoke model. So we have data science and data analytics expert teams in all our international offices on the one hand side. And additionally, we have trained up a large amount of people. So as you can imagine, as an insurance company, you already have people with natural science background, you have actuaries, you have underwriters with math or physics background. And those ones we trained up in a so-called citizen data science program. We call it black belt programs. That's the second level of the training pyramid that you can see in the middle of the slide. But we also would like to go further than that. We also want to go down the pyramid, and we're about to launch a so-called green belt program for people not with mathematical backgrounds. So I'm always saying these are the people who are a little bit afraid of formulas, but we want to motivate them. And Dataiku is helping them. I would like to show you also in the talk how we do that. And on the technology side, I think we also have a grown stack of technologies. On the one hand side, we have a data lake where we store our data, the things that's clear. We have an expert tool stack where we, of course, allow for maximum flexibility, R, Python, Databricks. So we are using here the full range of flexibility for the experts. And on the other hand side, we have a self-service stack. And here, Dataiku is one of the main components, where we would really like to ensure that more people down the pyramid get into action. And we're leveraging for this way down the pyramid, we're leveraging a training program that we already started in 2017 on these different levels. And it starts with a basic program, which is actually a data literacy program for everyone in the company. Then we have this Greenbelt program. And it was not called Greenbelt before, because in the past it was rather an information program for example, our client managers or non-technical functions. But now with Dataiku, because technology gets much simpler, we also think that we can engage those people. And that's why we call it now Greenbelt, because this also means some technical engagement and working with data in practice. And that's what we are leveraging. The Black Belt program, I said, also this one will heavily be supported by Dataiku, and then we have individualized programs, of course, for our experts. And I already talked about this. That's how it looks like. Currently, we think that, of course, all the experts are well served with the expert tool stack, with technology. We have then the black belts, where we believe that we were successful maybe with 50% to engage them with coding, with R, with Python. But particularly on the green belt level, there's a large gap. And this gap, if we go to the right-hand side, this is what we would like to fill. And of course, how do we do that? We go away from coding and go into workflows, into Dataiku workflows. The cool thing is we already have built quite a few AI-based data management techniques in the past, which could be called by APIs. And we now embed those AI-based data management features with plugins into our workflow and offer with Dataiku a front end where people can really leverage the whole range of data analytical work. And these plugins, for example, could be matching techniques. So, for example, we have a company data product where our industrial underwriters can learn more about our customers. And what the matching function actually does, if you have a list of submissions where you have client names, then it matches on a AI-based logic, it matches the right names, because you can imagine they are not always correctly spelled. There are different ways how to bring together different companies, and with a probabilistic AI-based logic, we can combine them. And that's one of the examples actually for such a plugin. We have many more. We have some NLP plugins, we have translation plugins, and linked to generative AI. In the future, of course, we also would like to host our own language models, foundation models, and would like to train them further. And we would also like to make this available via Dataiku plugins. I think this is important because in this respect, we come from really analytics democratization into an AI or Gen AI democratization. As already said, I think we are leveraging here the whole chain of the analytics life cycle actually. So currently, I would say a lot of our underwriters, of our business functions are more on the left-hand side. Yeah, so the data management, data preparation is important for them. They get data from multiple clients in various formats, so they are struggling with this. And having more standardization in this first part is a goal for them. But we also would like to take them on a journey more to the right-hand side, using more advanced analytics, starting with simple things like clustering, until really also more advanced analytics, deep learning methods, NLP methods, and generative AI. Deployment automation is also something, of course, we're interested in. So, for example, could for us be interesting to use also the governance node of Dataiku. However, for us, that's probably not the main problem, as our company is much more focusing on exploratory use cases, and we're not like a primary insurer where you have hundreds of models that go into production, focused really on the automation and efficiency, but more on making better decisions, also on small data. All right. That's how it looks like then if you look into the Dataiku menus. So you know all of this, so these are the data processing components. We of course want to also leverage the expert functions with the R and Python interfaces. So one important goal is also that we increase the cooperation between the levels of the pyramid, that the green belts work with the black belts and the black belts work with the experts. And that's also via this integration. And then, of course, the already mentioned recipes where we have already developed technology, which was hard to consume so far, which we can now easily make available on a menu basis without coding. And we're waiting heavily for the LLM integration and hope that we can make this available from early next year. And last thing I want to mention is actually a little bit the journey. So this is still theory, so I hope maybe if the colleagues invite me again next year, I can then also a little bit talk more about the practice. But that's how we would like to push Dataiku into the organization. So, of course, we will start with information, with initial communication, that we have some cool cases, some lighthouse use cases that we start with. And then we have an enablement team also supported by Dataiku that then goes more into the direct contact with the respective use case owners, starts developing the first cases. Of course, we cannot support all cases, so that's the nature of self-service, that we are a little bit selecting also which of the cases with the highest business value we want to focus on. But principally, everybody can get a license and can get basic support. We will have consulting hours where we will help people with their fundamental technical questions. We have, of course, initial trainings, basic and an advanced training. The basic training is more focusing on the data prep and data management part. Advanced training more on the machine learning and AI piece. And then, as soon as people have gone through this path, we can, of course, also offer them a license in the end, and they can work more in a standardized and productive mode. And of course, we accompany those projects also from a central analytics perspective, so from my department side, and hope that we can create lots of valuable use cases. All right, so this is how we are intending to do it. Maybe to summarize what is important in terms of democratization. So, as said, a combination of domain know-how, taking the specialized know-how of the experts and combining it with AI know-how, engage people, talk a lot to the potential users, identify the valuable use cases, start with the valuable use cases, that you can also showcase the value of the tool and of AI as a topic, and then hopefully scale and leverage it into an AI democratized and into an AI driven company. That's the way we want to go. I think we have made the first meters. There's still a long way to go, but we are looking forward to that. And with that, I think I'm done and open for your questions.